Hello friends, this is Dr. Sitesh Roy, your super specialist in immunology, allergy and asthma, coming to you with this special on second wave of COVID-19. I've been asked many a times in the last few weeks by friends, colleagues, doctors, family members, patients and their families that Dr. Roy, is a second wave of COVID-19 possible, and if so, what should we do about it? So friends, you have to realize that we do have some precedents to having pandemics, and the most common one that is spoken about is the Spanish flu of 1918 to 1920, where in the first wave several million people died. There was a break, and then in the fall of 1918 there was a big rise in cases as people let down their guards and the temperatures dropped, and there were way more deaths that were seen in the second wave, and then there was a third wave about a year later. But in all of this, what we learned is what can keep us safe through this COVID-19 pandemic. So whenever we talk about a second wave of a virus, we have to realize that there are two factors that are in play. The first factor is called viral dynamics, and the second factor is called population dynamics or human dynamics. When we look at viral dynamics, you would have definitely heard by now that the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which causes COVID-19, has 23 mutants or 23 variants that are in circulation, and the original mutant, which came from Wuhan, is no longer in circulation in most parts of the world and has been replaced by the subsequent variants because they are far more efficient in transmission from human to human. So what we know is that the virus is changing itself, it's adapting itself, and it wants to find more hosts and infect more people so that it can survive and spread more and more. The second thing that we have to realize is that the infectivity of the virus is also increasing. The most recent UK variant and possibly the South African variant have shown that, where they spread faster and more efficiently. We also have to realize that the virus is constantly under pressure with us evolving our treatments for it to escape its treatments, whether it is with antiviral mechanisms or anything else. And so within all that, the virus, which may seem to have reduced cases at certain points, so where India had reached almost 1 lakh cases every day, we are now at around 22,000-24,000 a day. But in the US, similarly, where it had reached 75,000-80,000 a day, it had come down to hardly 20,000 or 30,000, and now the cases have skyrocketed in the second wave to over 400,000 new infections every day. So you can realize that a second wave is a true reality. Now let's come to the human or population dynamics, because that is really where you and I can make a difference. So amongst the human or population dynamics, we all went through lockdowns or stay-at-home orders, and we were very, very good at following them, very sincere at following them for the first few months. We were told to wear our masks, we did that. We were told to hand sanitize and hand wash, we did that. But soon, within about 4 to 6 months, that's normal human behavior that has been studied in such situations many a times before, we start getting what is called pandemic fatigue, and we feel, oh well, we've done this for so long, either we didn't get it or all the people that we heard who got it recovered. We never heard of any really bad stories, and we start believing that maybe the virus is not as dangerous as we are being told it is. And that's where we start letting our guards down. Once we let our guards down and we don't wear our mask properly, covering our nose and mouth at all times when we are around any other people, when we don't restrict our mobility, as lockdowns opened up, stay-at-home orders opened up, travel bans were removed, people started moving around freely, they started vacationing again. They started taking long distance travel, and in all of this, the chance of the virus spreading and exposing us, more and more people to it, became higher. The next thing that we have to realize is, as the weather drops down, people tend to stay at home. When they stay at home in close encounters, there is a higher chance of cluster spreading within families or within closed communities. The temperature, the human dynamics, the weather, all of these make a difference to the second wave. And then most importantly, the laxity of people not to go in for testing when they get the symptoms, not to test their family members when they have been exposed to these viruses, and less of testing, less of treatment, less of going to the doctor thinking that, okay, it must be mild in 80% cases, it must be mild for me. These all lead to a much more vigorous second wave of COVID-19, and the second wave can have more hospitalizations. There are parts of US where the hospitals are full, the ICUs are full. We definitely in India don't want to see that, and we want to take good care of ourselves. We want to take care of our families and friends. So my strong urge to all of y'all is stay home where it's unnecessary to travel. Don't do any traveling that can be avoided for now. Continue to wear your masks outdoor and indoor if someone is unwell. Use your hand washing and hand sanitizing, and maintain your physical distancing as much as possible, because that is really what is going to help us avoid the second wave. Vaccines are here, but it's going to take a year or two for a significant amount of the population to get vaccinated. And remember that with every new variant of the virus that comes out, even people who've been infected before can become again susceptible to the virus, because they may not have antibodies and protection against those segments of the virus. And we can only hope and pray we don't get a new strain, because that would have completely new characteristics that would require new vaccines and everything new to be done. So friends, with that, hopefully you have a better understanding of how to protect yourself, your families, your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues during this pandemic, and also prevent a second wave. Take care, stay safe, work on your immune system, eat healthy, get good sunlight, fresh air, exercise, sleep well, rest well. Take care. God bless us all.